Have you ever wondered why some people seem to struggle financially no matter how much they earn, while others grow their wealth effortlessly? It's not luck, it's their habits and mindset. Today, we're diving into 6 signs that hold people back financially, behaviors the wealthy actively avoid. As you listen, pay close attention. If you spot any of these in yourself, consider it a chance to pivot. And if you don't, you're already on the right track to financial freedom. Sign number 1. They show off money they don't have and take loans to impress others. Let's start with one of the biggest financial traps: spending money to look rich. Many people fall into the habit of flaunting wealth they don't actually have. They finance luxury cars, buy designer clothes on credit, and book expensive vacations, not because they can afford them, but because they want others to think they're successful. But here's the truth: the rich don't play that game. They know money spent for social validation is money wasted. While the poor focus on looking rich, the wealthy focus on becoming rich. Social media amplifies this pressure. Seeing influencers flaunt luxury lifestyles makes people feel like they need to keep up, even if it means going into debt. But the wealthy? They avoid this entirely. Real wealth is quiet. Think Warren Buffett or Mark Zuckerberg. They prioritize assets over appearances. When you take loans or spend recklessly on luxury items, you trap yourself in a cycle of financial struggle. A $2,000 iPhone doesn't make you rich, it adds to your debt. A $50,000 car with a massive monthly payment won't increase your net worth. It keeps you stuck in bills. The more you try to impress people, the less money you actually have. The wealthy avoid lifestyle inflation. They don't upgrade their lifestyle unless their income grows first. The poor, however, spend first and think later. What should you do instead? Live below your means. If you can't buy something twice without affecting your finances, you can't afford it. Invest in assets, not appearances. Wealthy people put their money into investments, not things that lose value. Stop seeking social validation. The people you're trying to impress don't pay your bills. Bottom line, the rich avoid unnecessary spending and debt, while the poor fall into the trap of showing off. If you want real financial success, follow what the rich do. Stay humble, invest wisely, and ignore the noise. The sign number 2. They blame external factors for their failures. Poor people often believe their financial struggles are caused by things outside their control. Bad luck, the government, the economy, or wealthy people hoarding all the money. This mindset keeps them stuck because it removes personal responsibility. But the rich? They avoid this thinking completely. They know life isn't always fair, but waiting for the system to change won't make them rich. Instead of focusing on what they can't control, they focus on what they can: their skills, habits, and decisions. This aligns with Stephen Covey's first habit: be proactive. Poor people remain stuck in their circle of concern, blaming the economy or luck, while the rich concentrate on their circle of influence. They ask questions like, what can I do right now to improve my situation? Or, how can I adapt to new opportunities? Take Colonel Sanders. He was rejected over 1,000 times before someone finally agreed to partner with him. Did he blame the restaurant industry? No. He kept pitching his chicken recipe until he succeeded. Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty but focused on her communication skills and built a media empire. Shifting from a victim mindset to a proactive one is critical. If you believe external forces control your future, you hand over your power. When you focus on what you can change, your work ethic, the skills you learn, the opportunities you pursue, you begin to see possibilities everywhere. Life is unfair for everyone at different levels, but those who thrive adapt, learn, and keep moving forward. That's how wealthy people operate. They refuse to point fingers and take charge of their own progress. If you're serious about building wealth, stop blaming external factors and focus on the one thing you can always influence: yourself. And sign number 3. They don't invest in self-education. Here's another critical mistake: neglecting self-education. After spending money to maintain an image and blaming outside forces, poor people make yet another misstep. They stop learning. They assume education ends after school or college, believing that once they get a degree, they have everything they need to succeed. This mindset is exactly why they remain financially stagnant. Instead of upgrading their skills, they spend hours on entertainment, gossip, or mindless distractions. They can binge watch an entire season of a show, but say they have no time to read a book on finance or personal growth. They'll follow social media influencers obsessively, but ignore experts who can teach them how to invest, start a business, or build wealth. And when it comes to learning opportunities that require effort or money, they make excuses. I can't afford courses or books. I don't have time to learn something new. I already went to college. Why should I study more? This kind of thinking keeps them stuck in the same financial position year after year. Wealthy people, on the other hand, never stop learning. They know that knowledge compounds just like money does. The more they learn, the more valuable they become, and the more they can earn. Their logic is simple. If I want to make more, I need to know more. They actively seek knowledge in areas that build wealth: investing, entrepreneurship, psychology, negotiation, and leadership. They read books, attend seminars, hire mentors, and surround themselves with people who challenge them intellectually. They stay curious and adaptable, always looking for new ways to improve their mindset and financial strategy. This difference in approach is what separates those who stay trapped in a paycheck-to-paycheck cycle from those who break free and build lasting wealth. If you're serious about improving your financial situation, self-education should be non-negotiable. Instead of scrolling endlessly on social media, listen to a podcast about money. Instead of spending all weekend watching movies, read a book that teaches you about investing. Instead of complaining that life is unfair, take a course that builds a skill others will pay you for. The rich avoid ignorance. The poor embrace it. The choice is yours. Sign number 4. They fall for get-rich-quick schemes. Many people remain stuck in poverty because they chase the fantasy of instant wealth, jumping from one crypto pump to the next, buying into Ponzi schemes, or hoping the lottery will solve all their problems. Their typical line of thought is, I can't miss this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, or everyone's doing it, so it must be legit. But the wealthy, they maintain a long-term perspective. They understand that true wealth is built through steady, consistent growth, not overnight jackpots. Their logic is simple. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Instead of throwing money into high-risk gambles, they conduct thorough research, assess risks realistically, and prioritize investments backed by solid fundamentals. When you fall for shortcuts, you not only lose money, but you also waste time that could have been spent on proven methods, whether that's scaling a side business, investing in diversified assets, or continuously improving your skill set. Chasing get-rich-quick schemes often leads to a cycle of disappointment and financial loss, while the slow and steady approach employed by the wealthy compounds into real, lasting success. If you want to achieve lasting financial success, you must embrace a long-term approach. Rather than searching for instant wealth, take the time to understand how money truly works. Instead of blindly following hype, put your money into assets with real, lasting value. Rather than gambling on quick gains, focus on steady, disciplined financial growth that compounds over time. The wealthy avoid shortcuts. The poor keep chasing them. The decision is yours. Sign number 5. They surround themselves with the wrong people. Another key mistake poor people make, one that the wealthy deliberately avoid, is spending time with the wrong crowd. Poor people often surround themselves with individuals who reinforce bad financial habits. Friends who spend recklessly, co-workers who complain about the system but never take action, or family members who discourage them from thinking big. Their weekends are spent trying to outdo each other with expensive dinners, designer clothes, and the latest gadgets, none of which contribute to real financial security. Their common logic is, I've known these people forever, I can't just leave them. It doesn't matter who I hang out with, it won't affect my success. Rich people only care about money. I prefer to stay real. Life is meant to be enjoyed, not saved for. What they fail to realize is that your environment shapes your mindset. If you spend all your time with people who live paycheck to paycheck, take on unnecessary debt, and prioritize material status over financial growth, you will inevitably pick up the same habits. Wealthy individuals, on the other hand, are highly intentional about the company they keep. Their logic is simple. If I want to be successful, I need to surround myself with people who challenge and inspire me. My mindset is influenced by those around me. I need to be in an environment of growth. Successful networking isn't about taking, it's about learning, giving, and creating opportunities. This is why the wealthy actively seek out mentors, join business communities, and build relationships with like-minded individuals who push them toward success. They understand the law of association, the idea that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you're serious about improving your financial situation, take a hard look at your environment. Are the people around you encouraging you to grow or holding you back? Do they push you to learn and improve or make you feel guilty for wanting success? Are you surrounded by winners or by people who find excuses for failure? Do the people you spend time with make smart financial decisions? Or do they spend recklessly to impress others? Wealthy individuals know that growth happens in the right environment. The poor make excuses to stay in the wrong one. The choice is yours. Sign number 6, they avoid learning from the rich. One of the biggest reasons people stay poor, while the wealthy intentionally avoid this mistake, is that they reject the idea of learning from those who have already succeeded. Poor people often hold negative beliefs about wealth and those who have it. They tell themselves, rich people are just lucky or dishonest. Successful people had advantages I never had, so their advice doesn't apply to me. I don't need to study how others got rich. I'll figure it out my own way. This kind of thinking keeps them stuck. Instead of seeing successful people as a source of knowledge, they resent them, dismiss their lessons, or assume their path isn't realistic. They fail to recognize that wealth follows patterns, and those who study those patterns put themselves at an advantage. Wealthy individuals, on the other hand, actively seek out lessons from those who have already built success. Their mindset is different. If someone has built wealth, I need to understand how they did it. Success leaves clues. If I follow the right strategies, I can create similar results. Instead of envying the rich, I should learn from them. But learning from the rich doesn't mean copying their lifestyle. It means adopting their mindset. Many wealthy people don't live extravagantly. They drive modest cars, live in homes they can easily afford, and prioritize investing over spending. They're focused on growth, discipline, and long-term thinking rather than chasing status symbols. If you want to build real wealth, stop rejecting success and start studying it. Instead of assuming the rich got lucky, look at the principles they follow. Instead of dismissing financial advice, test it for yourself. Instead of thinking wealth is out of reach, ask, what do the rich do differently? And how can I apply that in my own way? The poor ignore valuable lessons. The wealthy seek them out, adapt, and apply them. The choice is yours. Now that you've seen the 6 habits that keep people poor, the question is, what will you do with this knowledge? The difference between those who struggle financially and those who build wealth isn't luck, intelligence, or background. It's mindset and action. Wealthy people aren't born knowing how to manage money. They learn, they adapt, and they make deliberate choices. And now so can you. Look back at these 6 signs. If you recognized any of them in yourself, that's not a bad thing, it's an opportunity. Because the moment you become aware of what's holding you back, you have the power to change it. And if you didn't relate to any of these signs, that means you're already on the right path. Keep going, keep learning, and keep making smart decisions. Success doesn't happen overnight, and wealth isn't built by chasing shortcuts. But by shifting your mindset, making smart financial choices, and surrounding yourself with the right influences, you'll set yourself up for lasting financial success. Which of these 6 signs resonated with you the most? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. If you found this video valuable, hit that like button, subscribe for more insights, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Remember, wealth isn't just about how much money you have, it's about the choices you make. Make the right ones.